Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jeannette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. I'm here with a very special guest, my best friend, AwaWorldArt.
Hi.
And today we are going to talk about a few things. I want to just get the record cleared. Okay, so AwaWorldArt, she lives with me for the last 3 years. Okay, she's known me for about 20 years, right?
Yeah.
A long time before I went raw, before I was vegan. So wait, let's just get into that real quick. What is it like to live with Ms.FitVegan?
I want to move. No, it's fun.
Is anybody looking for a roommate?
Yeah, it's fun. And it's a dream that came true because, we always wanted to live with each other. We just didn't know.
And it turned into a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Now I want to move out.
So now what is it like to live with a raw vegan? Am I raw? Let's tell them, am I 100% raw?
Guys.
She being fake.
No, I'm not. I'm being honest.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm being honest. She's so raw that it's annoying. Because in the rare moments that I'll be cooking something and I'll be like, I didn't put any oil or anything. She will not even have like a little spoon. She will not.
A few weeks ago.
There's raw and there's like over raw.
I'm over raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, fully raw. There's fully raw and then there's...
She will not try anything if it has touched the pan or I don't know.
I'm not don't be like me, guys. But yeah, this is true. Awa cooked it depends because Awa cooked it smelled so good. She cooked an amazing home-cooked vegan meal. But when she told me the ingredients, there was oil in it. Awa, I don't eat oil.
No, but even like if I would just put like mushroom on the pan without oil, you will not eat it.
Yes, I would.
It's cooked.
Yes, I would. You would never put mushroom on the pan without oil.
Indeed. And also well, she's very raw, but she did had sweet potatoes years ago. That was put in the oven. And I hold this for dear life.
Guys, I have acknowledged this. I eat healthy cooked food, but there are certain foods I will never eat. And Awa cannot understand, but we're best friends, even though we're opposites. But Awa cannot understand because Awa has never had a food addiction, right? Or do you think you do have one?
No.
You do.
Maybe I do.
You do. We all do.
Yeah, I guess we all do.
But
addiction.
Yeah. But okay, so now is it hard to live with a raw vegan?
Yes, if you try and do yoga, there's always a Vitamix going on. If it's not the Vitamix, it's the dehydrator.
If it's not the dehydrator, it's the juicer.
It's the juicer.
Or it's the distiller.
There's always like weird machines. So
I don't use my dehydrator.
If you want to move with a raw vegan, just call me and then I'll brief you and prepare you.
That could be a course.
Yeah.
Wait,
You're not prepared for this.
I don't use my dehydrator. Like maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah, not often.
But the distiller and the food processor and the
but just
juicer.
The juicer and the Vitamix.
Yeah. Okay.
It's already,
And now let's set the record straight here. You knew me before I was raw, before I was vegan, before I was vegetarian. So tell everyone, because people don't believe me. They think I was born perfect. Tell everyone, yes or no, true or false. Did we used to go to McDonald's together?
Yes.
Yes.
We used to eat M&Ms together, ice cream, like fast food restaurants. We used to, like all the fast food you can think of. Yeah,
normal people. We were once normal.
What is the first thing that I offer you when we...
Sprite.
Yeah.
This is my best friend because I thought it was very strange that I knew she was going to be my best friend because I was like, she either a psycho or she my best friend. Because we were there and she was drinking Sprite and probably eating M&Ms. She has an M&M obsession.
Yeah, I was really addicted to M&Ms.
And she was like, do you want to have some Sprite? But like from the place that she was drinking from, like, how do you know I didn't have like AIDS or something?
We were sisters.
Okay. She knew.
I just knew.
Where did we meet?
We met in school when we used to go to audio school together.
Yes, we are audio engineers. And Awa actually has music. She's using her degree. So I will leave her link below for her Apple and Spotify. And you can listen to her anywhere you listen to music. She's amazing. AwaWorldArt is her artist name, her producer name. And now people ask this question a lot. They say, can you explain where you guys met and how I can meet a friend, because I want to have a best friend and a connection like you and Awa have. So what advice would you give to people?
So I think you met your friends where you go in places that you really enjoy going. Like that was my dream to go to an audio school. So, and even if you're scared, just trying to connect with people, because I think it was written in the stars. Like when I think about our story, we were just meant to met.
Absolutely. And this is the best advice when people talk about like dating and stuff. Like, where do you meet the love of your life? You'll meet the love of your life when you start doing things you love. Like, it was my dream to go to audio engineer school as well. And, it was both of our dreams. So, of course, we're going to meet there. But if we had never decided to go, we would have never met. We would have never been sitting here. We would have never been living where we live and just, experiencing all the things that we experienced in the last few years. So now I love Awa because she's really into self-development. And so it's a big part of our lives. We're always trying to get better. And so Awa, where can somebody start on their journey to, let's talk about loving themselves, okay? Where can someone start if they just they think they have to lose weight to love themselves, they think they have to get surgery to love themselves? How can they start to love themselves exactly as they are here and now?
I think the first step is to really recognize that this is a lack in your life, because you want to be aware of your actions, realizing that certain things that you do to yourself, it's a lack of self-love. But the first step, let's say you have nothing and no knowledge, I will go to YouTube or pick up a book if you like to read, and start to do exercises. Trying to find an exercise that you feel like it may be the least uncomfortable, more tolerable exercise that you could do. There's a book that I really love from Teal Swan that's called How to Love Yourself, and I highly recommend. But I will suggest, to start to look into exercises and go from there.
Yeah, such good advice. And I actually did an exercise this morning that I really wanted you to do too. So basically, I wrote down my top 15 fears. Okay, so guys, do this. And I want you to do this later. Write down everything you're afraid of. Try to get at least 15 fears. Okay, so I wrote down I have a fear of being homeless. I have a fear of being sick. I have a fear of being in the hospital. I have a fear, I'll write down all your fears. Okay, only you know your fears. And so then you take 5 of those fears, just random 5, and you ask yourself, how likely is this to happen on a scale of 1 to 10? And then you write down, okay, if it happens, what will I do? And you write it out, and you start to get into a relationship with your fears, and you say, is it rational or irrational? And okay, if it happens, what will I do? And so then you do that, and then you start to talk to your fear, because your fear is a part of you. And if you keep ignoring it, it's going to control your life. If you have a fear that you're going to be alone and single for the rest of your life, well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to operate from that fear. And so a lot of things I'm saying right now, guys, Awa has taught me. She's honestly the genius behind Ms.FitVegan.
Thank you.
I mean, naturally, I'm very gifted, of course.
She is.
But she is the genius behind it, because a lot of my ideas, a lot of the things I do in my course, a lot of things come from her. And we always joke that she gives me and I get paid, and she don't get me.
So I tell her, make me a smoothie.
I pay her in juices and smoothies and things. Yeah. So, yes. So even though you'll never go raw, you're eating more raw than ever, right?
Yeah, but this is amazing because you're willing to do all the work.
Yes.
And I'm really grateful for that, because I will never have tried half of what I've learned in the fruit world. And
I gotta make you the Nutella tonight. So I forgot. I'm sorry. It's been 2 days.
I'm about to crack and go to Whole Foods.
No, we'll make it tonight. So I make her a raw vegan Nutella. Cashews, dates, and cacao. That's all you need. So simple. You put it in the food processor or the blender with a little water, and that's all you need, guys. So simple, so easy. You can use any nuts, by the way. Brazil nuts, walnuts.
So delicious. I can't wait.
Yeah, tonight. Okay, promise. And now, so Teal Swan, how to love yourself. And can you tell us just a little bit about your self-love journey?
My self-love journey.
Like, did you always love yourself?
Not at all. No. I think the true beginning for me, that was once my father passed away. That was like my big awakening. So that was in 2015. And it's like I was able to see the world in a different light. And, once you get shaken so deeply, you realize you don't have that much time. And I think that was the beginning of my journey. And I realized like how I was treating myself, how I was eating. Because a year after that, this is when I went vegan. I was very conscious about health. I started doing yoga. I start to pay to be on programs. I start investing in myself, basically.
You took a course on how to, I think, travel and how to make money while traveling, I think, right?
Yes. And I was like so expensive at that time for me.
How much was it?
It was like $700.
I'm so proud of you that you did that.
Yeah. I just decided to invest on myself, and it's like it just shifted everything. And then I started to be aware of what was going on in my mind, because I didn't realize that I was not really loving myself. Like, it was really easy to give advice to people, but I realized my thought patterns and how I was talking about myself, and I'm still working on it. This is not like a overnight journey, and I think that was the beginning. That's where everything kind of like shifted.
Yeah, I want to talk about investing in ourselves real quick, and then we are going to say goodbye. So this is the last topic, because guys, you might be struggling with eating raw vegan or loving yourself, because you might not know that you are worthy and deserving of the investment. A lot of people, like, they don't want to invest the money in the food, because they're like, well, I'm just going to eat it and poop it out. That's not how it works. Like, you become what you eat. So like, if you think that taking, a piece of pizza and eating it is just going to come out the other end, no, that becomes you. Your cells are made, your organs and cells are made up of the food you eat. So that's why we need to find things we love that are also healthy. And the same thing with courses and books and self-development. A lot of us don't take the leap. I get a lot of emails from people saying they'd love to be in my course, but it's too much money. And then I get emails from people saying, I'd love to be in your course and I don't have the money, but I'm going to find a way. And they find a way. I have somebody who took out a credit card, and I'm not recommending you do this. Like, don't let me put you in debt. But
yeah, but that's the beginning.
You do what you have to do. And Awa and I both invested in 2017 in ourselves, and saw a lot of benefits from doing that ever since. And, self-development is something that's a lifelong journey. So like, we're still on our journey. We're still learning to love ourselves. We're still unlearning to hate ourselves and compare ourselves. And so now, can you please tell people what can help them to feel worthy and deserving of investing? Like, how can people break through that barrier?
Well, I feel like I'm just going to talk for me.
Yes.
I started listening to so many podcasts.
Like the Ms.FitVegan podcast?
Yeah, the Ms.FitVegan podcast.
Yes. It changed your life. Yes.
No, I did not know. But you didn't have your podcast back then.
I did
I'm
not.
Sure you were in person podcast.
Yes. I've been giving her free advice, and she's been doing the same for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I want Awa to break free and continue to post on her podcast, the AwaWorldArt podcast. I'll leave it down below, because she's so wise and giving so much value to people in person, but like, the world needs you.
I understand. Yeah. And also, thank you so much for that, Mama. I just want to add that once you start looking at all the podcasts and you start to listen to like stories and how people pretty much like break free, you realize that everybody, what they have in common is that they invest in ourselves. There's just no secret.
And also, the other thing that people have in common is they don't feel good enough.
Yeah.
When we went so every year we go to the Summit of Greatness in Ohio. So if you're going, we'll see you there.
Yay.
We're going to do a podcast from there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's find a studio in Ohio. Okay. So now we go every year, and then I met Marissa Peers there. She's a world-renowned
Love Marissa Peers.
hypnotherapist. She's a hypnotherapist,
Yes, even more
like a
titles.
psychologist.
Yeah.
And so she put me on to the truth that is everyone's suffering from the same syndrome, which is I am not enough. So like everyone is suffering. Everyone, no matter what you look like, no matter if you're a model or you're overweight, no matter if you're rich or poor or whatever it is, if you're suffering in this lifetime, it's because you feel that you're not good enough. So understand that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just the most common thing is to not know your worth and to not feel worthy of investing in. And so, yeah, like Awa said, is everybody that is successful invested in themselves. Exactly. And I'm still learning to do that because somebody asked me the other day about how did I start my entrepreneurial journey. Well, I learned how to do everything myself because I didn't want to invest in myself. I was like, I can learn that. I don't want to spend money on somebody editing my videos, or I don't want to spend money on a studio. But now here we are in a studio, and it feels really good to invest in myself. So guys, if your goal is to be raw, I'm talking to you. If your goal is to be raw, you gotta learn to invest in yourself, and you gotta say, I am worthy and deserving of taking really good care of myself. You're given this body, this spacesuit, as Awa calls it.
Yep.
Your job is to take care of it. And with your mental health too. Awa is really big into mental health, and she's the reason I do my course because like I'm raw vegan. But then living with her and being friends with her for the last like 20 years, I've learned that food is not everything.
This day will never come.
It's 99.9999999, but
there's like a little point here.
No, it's not everything because I know raw vegans that are not happy, not healthy, and it's not everything. So that's what my course is different. My course is different because I am adding everything that Awa has taught me and everything that I know. So you should do the course with me, Awa.
Maybe one day.
One day.
One
day is not a day of the week.
The theme of my life.
Yes.
Yeah,
me too.
It is. It is like big, but
this
is do it.
And guess what, guys? We're gonna end this episode here because I have a lot more questions for Awa. So if you liked this episode, please do me a favor. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want to see more episodes with me and my best friend, AwaWorldArt. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, boo.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, cut. We don't have time.
I want to do it.